pumpkin cheesecake. Let's get baking. So I decided that it's my duty and obligation to actually go step by step with this cheesecake recipe, because cheesecake is just such a special dessert. I mean, it's one of the only few desserts that I still have a sweet tooth for. I've lost so much of a sweet tooth for so many things when I was a kid, maybe because I ate too much when I was young. So anyway, so to begin, I just wanted to point this out before we go any further. I have my cake plate here, or cake pan here, and I've wrapped it in a decent amount of a generous amount of aluminum foil. And that's going to be very crucial for later, because this is going to be going in a water bath. That's a very, very important part, and I'll explain more when I get to it. So you want to make sure that it's wrapped in a decent amount of aluminum foil so it doesn't get any water in it. So, all right, so to begin, we're going to take 10 graham crackers, and you don't have to use graham crackers if you don't like, and you don't even have to use the food processor to crush them up if you don't want. But we're going to take these, I'm going to throw them in the food processor and add a few spices to it. All right, catch you in a sec. You're going to go for one round and blend them a little bit, and after our first round, we're going to add a teaspoon of cinnamon, and then we're also going to add a quarter of a cup of sugar. We're going to go for a second round and blend it. And as we do that, we're also going to, while it's blending on the second round, we're also going to pour in 4 tablespoons carefully of butter. All right, so now we're going to pour our graham cracker mixture into our cake pan, and we're going to even it out. And you want to use like a glass with a round bottom to smooth it out, and you want them to about be 2 inches high. You just want it to be a tasty barrier on your cheesecake. So not super, super high, but you know, and you want to make sure you pack it in. You don't want any lumps. So here we go. All right, so now that we've evened it out and flattened it down and packed it into our cake pan, we're gonna throw it in the oven and bake it for a little bit for like just 15 minutes on 350. All right, catch you in a bit. And now we're at the fun part, making the cake batter. Now I just want to incorporate, when you're using the cake mixer, for this recipe, you want to go slow. Don't ever put it too high, because that might ruin the texture and might have an effect on the taste. So the good rule of thumb is just go slow, medium to slow. So I usually use a 1. This is numbered from 1 to 6, 6 being the highest, 1 being the lowest. So 1 to 2 is a really good setting for when you're making this specific cake batter. So, all right, here comes the fun part. Now we're gonna make the cake batter. So first, to start, we're gonna soften up 3 blocks of cream cheese, and you can use whatever green cheese you like. Just make sure it's softened up a little bit before you get in there. It's a little lumpy, so you make sure that it, when you're blending it, it smooths out really, really nicely, because you don't want those lumps. That's one thing you want to, cardinal sin you want to avoid when you're making cake batter. Lumpy, no good. So here, so now that we've let that blend for a minute on low, we're gonna scrape it a little bit, scrape the sides, because you want to make sure you incorporate as much as you can of that cream cheese, because that's going to be a big part of the flavor. So now we're going to go ahead and add about 3/4 of a cup of sugar. All right, a little wobbly. And then we're going to add a 1/2 cup of brown sugar. Now, if you add it, if you add it from a cup, you want to make sure it's packed, because you don't want any lumps, because this is known to become lumpy. So I'm just gonna sprinkle it in like this, like so, like fine powder, or no, I mean like sand, like that, like so. All right, there we go. All right, so after we add all that, we're gonna blend it for a couple more minutes, and then be right back. All right, so now that we've gone ahead and blended our spices, our sugar and our brown sugar in there, so one rule of thumb is, the mixer thingies don't reach all the way to the bottom. So you're gonna have you might have very good chance that you'll have some lumps at the bottom. So I went ahead and also scraped the bottom a little bit and blended it up a little bit more too. So All right, so now we're gonna start the blender again and we're gonna add 4 eggs and we're gonna do that while it's blending. So here we go. All right, now that we've added all our eggs in, we're gonna go ahead and add about 1/2 cup of sour cream. So the sour cream is gonna give it a little tang and a little balance compared to all that sugars that we put in there. So it's just not too sweet and sugary and flat. So we're gonna go ahead and mix that. And I apologize, I'm trying to get the camera a better angle, but I have a cracked screen. I know I haven't really been able to show you much of the mixture here, but I'll do my best here. Scrape that out a little bit. There we go. Next, we're gonna add the star of the show, the pumpkin puree. And you wanna make sure it's pumpkin puree, not pumpkin pie filling. That will actually taste different, supposedly. So we're gonna go ahead and add that in. Record the show. Oh, where's my spatula? All right. Now that all that's added in, we're gonna blend it up, and as I'm blending it, I'm gonna add 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract and then all-purpose pumpkin spice. No, not all-purpose pumpkin spice, just pumpkin spice. That's a teaspoon and a half of that. And actually, you can actually make your own, and it's supposedly made with nutmeg and cinnamon and a bunch of sugars or spices that you already have in your cupboard. So, all right, catch you in a second. Now the final step, I mean, you don't have to do this, but it's a good rule of thumb to do so. Add 2 teaspoons of flour. That will help hold the cake together and help you in the long run when you throw it in the oven. So we're gonna incorporate that and mix it up with the last mix. So, and the way to add it is you sift it in there because you don't want it to be lumpy. So here we go. Now here's the fun part. And look who showed up, one of the Debras. I haven't incorporated him in one of my videos in a while. What have you been doing, making failed videos?
Making no videos.
Oh, okay. All right, so now we're gonna gently pour this mixture into the bowl. All right, doesn't that look beautiful? I can't really see it, but I'll show it to you in a second, if I can. Stop breathing on me like that, please. It bothers me. All right.
It bothers you?
A little bit. Stop hissing in my ear. Anyway, so up next is the water bath. So apparently I was very new to this. I didn't know this was a big concept, and it's actually very important when you're making pumpkin cheesecake. Stop yawning. This is important. Anyway, so I got a pan right here. It's not the biggest pan. I mean, it depends on what you use. If you use a heavy duty one, you're gonna probably wanna add 30 minutes to your cooking time in the oven. So yeah, you wanna get some boiling water, pour it in there, and that's just gonna help bake the cake at a very good rate. It's not gonna overcook it, it's not gonna burn it, basically. So that's what the water bath does. It prevents it from overcooking and burning and whatever and whatnot. So, and then after that, we're gonna throw it in the oven for about 300 degrees for about an hour. And then after it's done, I mean, you can check on it here and there, but if you want to check it, you know, take your knife and touch the edge a little bit. And if you check it and it's all still wobbly, then it's not ready. But if it's just a little wobbly in the middle, then that's when you know it's ready. And when it's done, turn the oven off. Don't take it out right away. Just let it cool in there for an hour. And then after that, you're going to chill it for 4 hours. So, all right, let's get going.
I pushed his buttons though, so
On. And the taste test, pumpkin cheesecake. I think that's right on the money. What do you think?
This is so delicious.
Right? Did I nail it?
You nailed it on the head. Or the head on the nail. Or is it nail on the head?
Anyway, the texture is perfect. I think it's soft and fluffy and creamy, and it's got the perfect blend of flavors, pumpkin and cheesecake. Not too heavy, not too rich. I mean, if they could give Academy Award nominations for first-time cheesecake makers, this would be in the top 5, I think.
And I think it'd be in top 1.
Top 1. Really good. Like Mom's good. Really, really good.
No, because Mom makes sure is really rich. And that's why I like this one.
And I don't know how she does that.
So rich. It's not so rich.
This is like perfect. This is like $1 million cheesecake you would try at like a fancy restaurant.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Well, I guess I nailed it. And honestly, I'm not much of a I don't bake that much, but I guess I'm going to do it more often. Well, I think this deserves a proper food dance, Joe.
What's the proper food dance?
Life is like